Hey, sweetest potatoes. So, this is the last part of the inflammation series. And if you have not watched the part 1 and part 2 of the video, you wouldn't understand this video. So, kindly go through that before coming into this video. So, in this video, we'll be focusing on a process which is called as the leukocyte extravasation. So it is a highly regulated and a multi-step process, and it is responsible for the migration of the leukocytes from the bloodstream to the sites of infection. And as inflammatory response develops, various cytokines and other inflammatory mediators they act on the endothelium of the local blood vessels, and they induce the expression of CAMs. So CAMs stands for cell adhesion molecules. And since we have, like in the previous video, where we spoke about the different mediators which are involved in inflammation, you know that neutrophils are the ones which enter first. So we'll be focusing more on the mechanism of the neutrophil extravasation. And also do remember that all other leukocytes use the similar mechanism to get inside the endothelial cells. So, this leukocyte extravasation process is divided into four main steps, which include the first step is rolling, followed by the activation, which is by chemoattractants or by stimulus, and which is then followed by arrest and addition of these neutrophils. And the last step is the transendothelial migration of the neutrophils into the endothelial cells. In the first step, the neutrophils they attach loosely to the endothelium by low affinity interactions between the glycoproteins, that is, mucin on the neutrophil and selectin on the endothelial cell. So, in the absence of additional signals, only a weak interaction will be there between the neutrophil and the endothelial cell, and this weak interaction can be broken by shearing forces, and the neutrophil will break free and tumble. But for if there is like a very strong interaction, so a strong interaction happens when there is more chemokines and other chemo attractants which are present, so that will interact between the integrins and the ICAMs, and this will stabilize the addition of the neutrophils to the endothelial cells, and this will force like the neutrophil will bind to the endothelial cells through the interaction between the ICAMs as well as the integrins, and this will force the neutrophil between the cells of the endothelium. Like to summarize the entire process, the first is the rolling and the extravasation process, which involves four main steps, that is rolling, activation, arrest or addition, followed by transendothelial migration. And in the initiation of extravasation, there are three more steps which are involved, where in the first step, the selectin mucin interactions will mediate the rolling, followed by chemokines or chemoattractants, which induces the change in integrins, and that is followed by the integrins adhering firmly to the ICAMs. So thank you so much for listening, and this is the finale or the last part of inflammation process. And if you found these videos valuable or useful, please consider subscribing and click on the like button so that it inspired to make more videos.